right now. Viva la Fiesta in Santa Barbara. I am speaking with really one of the from the old 50 years now conductor of the now legendary Fiesta concert, free concert in the Santa Barbara County Courthouse Sunken Garden every single August as the grand finale of Fiesta here in Santa Barbara. I am going to be talking to Christopher Story VI. He's looking right back at me right now. He founded the Cielo Foundation for the Performing Arts in Santa Barbara. He'll tell us about that. He is conductor and founded the West Coast Symphony, the West Coast Chamber Orchestra, the annual Mozart by Candlelight concerts, the annual Bach by Candlelight concerts. It's incredible. And by the way, he's are you 91 yet?
No, I will be 91 in September 20th.
See, the mind is still there. The energy, the feistiness is still there. This is Christopher Story VI. Everybody in Santa Barbara knows Chris Story. We're going to talk about the upcoming concert this next Sunday, August 7th at 3:30 in the afternoon. It's a free concert at the Sunken Garden of the amazing Santa Barbara County Courthouse. At 3:30, the West Coast Ballet does a presentation for about a half an hour, and at 4 o'clock, the West Coast Symphony is going to be playing a concert, a sort of Spanish flair concert. It's going to include Rimsky-Korsakov's Capriccio Espagnol, Pirates of the Caribbean film score, Suites 1 and 2 of Georges Bizet's opera Carmen, La Lesienne Suite, on and on and on. Quite a concert, quite a tradition. Make sure and come early, for starters, to the county courthouse on Sunday, August 7th.
See.
To get your seat, bring your folding chairs, bring your picnic, bring whatever you want, your sunscreen. It's just an annual wonderful, wonderful event. Chris.
Yes.
Tell me, how are things with West Coast Symphony? This is the 50th anniversary concert coming up. What does it feel like?
Well, it feels like I finally made it. As I would tell the audiences, I'm still standing, but I'm leaning a little.
I guess that's why you are now working more with our friend Dr. Michael Schassberger from Westmont College, who is taking over more responsibility conducting of West Coast Symphony and West Coast Chamber Orchestra. He's the perfect fit as your, I hate to use the word successor, but as you just said, you're leaning a little bit. What do you feel? I think Michael's the perfect choice.
I assumed the title of conductor emeritus. I suppose that's nearly dead,
Yeah, that's nah, come on. But anyway, how is that going? What is we're jumping ahead a little bit on where I wanted some time on, but let's just talk about Dr. Michael Schassberger, and he's conducting programs with you now. He's taking more responsibility. What do you, at 90 years of age, having conducted West Coast Symphony and founded the Cielo Foundation for the Performing Arts here 50 years ago, what do you kind of see? Can you see far enough, another 50 years in the future? What do you see going on here?
Well, I hope we will continue providing free music for the citizens of Santa Barbara and all the visitors that love good classical music.
There you go. And Chris, you played percussion in the Santa Barbara Symphony. I think that's where I may have first kind of at least seen you from afar when I was in high school. And you started studying. So,
I was stage manager.
Stage manager.
I set up the orchestra.
Yeah.
Before every concert.
Did you also play some percussion?
Yeah, and then I played percussion, which was oddball things, We did a harp concerto when we had 25 percussion instruments. That was a winner.
Yeah, never forget that one, huh?
Oh, I'll never forget that one. We were all over for.
Who was the conductor when you were playing with Symphony? Was that Andreka?
Oh, yeah, Ronald Andreka. He was a great conductor. Probably the best conductor Santa Barbara Symphony ever had.
Now, come on, give Nir Cabaretti a break here.
Yeah, well, I didn't conduct them, Well, actually, I did. I conducted the symphony from oddball things, at the Courthouse Sunken Gardens. Like I did the American Salute during a 4th of July concert that they did.
Yeah, I understand. And so with all these you studied conducting with the legendary Richard Laird.
It's fun.
But I think you mentioned to me off camera, and I would love for you to remind us all about a certain wonderful woman conductor that was here in Santa Barbara for a while. Tell me that story, and you studied conducting with her.
Yes, she took over the university orchestra as well as the Santa Barbara Symphony for a while, and her name was Camilla Kolchinsky. But she was just a marvelous conductor, and I learned a lot from her.
I remember Camilla very, very well, and I couldn't agree with you more. That was a wonderful period of time for Camilla here in Santa Barbara and for Santa Barbans.
Right.
Who makes these programming choices? Do you sit down with Michael Schassberger and work things out, or is it still your choice, or what? How's that work?
Well, he says, I'll do this and you can do that. I said, that's fine. We get along pretty good.
So you two are agreeable about this arrangement between you.
Yeah. Well, okay. I do. I brought him aboard the West Coast Symphony as the heir apparent.
Yeah.
Because I will be 91 in September 20th, and it's getting old.
Well, you're still moving pretty well.
Still old.
You're still moving pretty well, I know that, but we do gasp once in a while when you go to get up on that podium. It looks pretty precarious there.
Yeah, well,
Hey, what's the rush of conducting? I'm a conductor. What's the rush of conducting? Explain it to us all.
Well, you have an idea of how the music should go, and the conductor imparts your thoughts to the musicians who will play it the way you feel it. And that's just marvelous, boy, when that's the rush.
Do you suppose it's kept you this old? Or shall I say alive this long?
What was that?
Do you think the rush has kept you alive this long?
Well, no, I think it's waving my hands and arms. That's why conductors live longer.
Exactly right. Christopher Story the Sixth, we all call him Chris here in Santa Barbara. Chris.
My son, Christopher Story the Seventh, got married for a short time and had Christopher Story the Eighth. So we have 3 generations going live in Santa Barbara. And it's kind of fun. We never took middle names, only numbers.
And so I guess some poor Christopher Story the 14th has no choice.
Louis, I don't know. Louis made it, so I guess we can try.
Chris, I'm going to remind everybody about this upcoming West Coast Symphony annual free Fiesta concert once more, and then we're gonna say goodbye. And I look forward to seeing you on Sunday, August 7th. Here's the information. Just come on up. It's a free concert. We don't need to give phone numbers or mailing addresses or anything. Santa Barbara, California. It's the last day of Fiesta Week on Sunday, August 7th. And the big tradition for now 50 years is the 3:30 p.m. concert by the West Coast Symphony Orchestra in the Santa Barbara Courthouse Sunken Garden. I'm not even going to give you an address if you don't know where that glorious, magnificent seventh wonder of the world is. You're not conscious. Santa Barbara County Courthouse, 3:30. The West Coast Ballet does about a half an hour presentation, and then at 4 o'clock, Christopher Story the Sixth and Michael Schassberger share conducting duties and conduct a wonderful program, mostly kind of Hispanic-inspired music at 4 o'clock at the Sunken Gardens. It's all free. Bring your chair, bring your picnic, bring your cover and sunscreen, and have one wonderful time as we have now for 50 years. Chris,
I will open the concert with the Farandole from Suite 2 from Bizet's La Lysiane Suite.
Wonderful.
And then Schassberger will do the Capriccio Espagnol of Rimsky-Korsakov.
Fabulous.
And he'll do that, and then I'll start doing the Suite 1 and Suite 2 from Carmen.
Can't go wrong there. You've described every single tune that everybody knows.
That's right. Well, we do a lot of that stuff on it.
Chris, great pleasure talking to you. I'm so glad we had a chance to get you on film here. You never know. And I'm looking forward, I know everybody's looking forward to this Sunday concert, 3:30 p.m. at the Sunken Gardens, Santa Barbara County Courthouse. It's really a treat. So everybody in Southern California who's watching this interview with Chris Story, come on up, have a good time in Santa Barbara. You can't help but have a good time in Santa Barbara. And then we'll walk on over to the courthouse and watch this wonderful concert by the West Coast Symphony. Chris, many, many thanks for the chat.
Well, thank you, Dan, and thank you for the plug.
All right. See you.